much anyone that lives in a small town can relate to it, and that's one thing that I like so much about it is because it sums up the monotony of like living in a small town and being like stuck in the same situation.
It's a very harsh look at things that are actually going on.
Let's do this. Let's see if we can make this happen.
I thought, we have to film this. We have to do this.
Kaiwa, the screenwriter, gave me the script about 3 years ago. My first draft, and it's changed a lot since then, but I remember the initial thing I liked about it was especially the dialogue was really authentic with people that I know he's grown up with and I grew up with. Just the characters were more authentic than I think I've seen, especially in films set around the Midwest. And there's this certain feeling, if you've grown up in a small town or ever been somewhere where you feel like you can't get out of that situation, the script really sort of emphasizes that and locks into these characters that are all trapped. And I've known people like that and been surrounded in an area like that, so it was really interesting to read something that was so close to what I've experienced myself.
And I've definitely felt the same way that a lot of the characters do about being stuck.
I thought it was interesting because I come from a small town, so it was interesting to me. I kind of connected to that part of it, the whole being trapped in the small town.
I was afraid, quietly so, in the casting process that we weren't going to be able to find the right actors to portray these characters that Kaiwa had written because it was such a realistic type of dialogue, and the people that we selected are very authentic and real. And I think it's because they are real people. A lot of them are similar to their characters that they're playing.
I took it home, and I remember I was sitting there and I was reading with my friend, and she was going through it with me, and she was like, "Lydia is you." And I was like, yeah. Their self-defeating behavior makes their own, tragic reality. There's a lot of emotions that they feel that all kind of comprise what a lot of people feel living in a smaller town or city. Please pay attention, because you don't want anybody to end up in that situation.
This is actually like something realistic and something people can relate to versus some like giant conceptual film that's just down to earth and kind of says what we want it to, and at the same time it really looks into like the personal part of the lives that we don't really talk about.
Well, I think it's nice that the way it was written was kind of each side had its own little stubborn ways and created this collision.
I think it has a great chance of connecting with a young audience in a way that a movie never really has before. I know from the things that I saw growing up, and of course all of the other filmmakers who have been working on this really have related to the story, and we've got these group of actors have all sort of experienced similar things in their life. So when the story is based on reality and we're working with people who have lived that same reality, I think we have the ability to create something that's never really been captured on film before in a realistic way, and I think that people that see it will really sense that.